Hey everyone, this episode is brought to you by author Ankur Pagga's Karma Sutra. Karma Sutra is the book inspired from web series Delhi Crime, 13 Reasons Why, and Me Too movement. Karma Sutra, when karma gets you back in all sort of creative ways. This book is now available on Amazon. Make sure you grab your copy and read this. It's a story about a group of women who became outlaws because the justice system would fail them, victims of heinous crimes. The group of women team up to exact the revenge these men deserve. So what are you waiting for? Grab your copy today, available on Amazon.com. Karma Sutra by author Ankur Pagga. Thank you.
This is Video's podcast. Now streaming Sherlock Holmes. Scandal in Bohemia. In previous episode, Sherlock Holmes is now in search of Irene Adler and the photograph. Sherlock followed Irene and came to know about a mystery man, Geoffrey Norton. Next, he found both of them in hurry to Church of St. Monica. He followed them and accidentally became the best man and the witness for marriage of Irene and Geoffrey Norton. I was sure that I might rely on you, Watson. But what is it you wish? When Mrs. Turner has brought in the tray, I will make it clear to you. Now, he said as he turned hungrily on the simple fare that our landlady had provided. I must discuss it while I eat. For you, I have not much time. It is already 5 now. In 2 hours, Watson, in 2 hours, we must be on the scene of action. Miss Irene Adler returns from her drive at 7. We must be at Briony Lodge to meet her. And what then? You must leave that to me, Watson. I have already arranged what is to occur. There is only one point on which I must insist. You must not interfere, come what may. You understand? You understand? I am to be neutral? I asked. To do nothing. To do nothing whatever. There will probably be some small unpleasantness. Do not join in it. It will end in my being conveyed into the house. 4 or 5 minutes afterwards, the sitting room window will open. You are to station yourself close to that open window. Yes, you are to watch me, for I will be visible to you. Yes. And when I raise my hand, so you will throw into the room what I give you to throw, and will at the same time raise the cry of fire. You quite follow me? Entirely, I said. It is nothing very formidable, he said, taking a long cigar-shaped roll from his pocket. It is an ordinary plumber's smoke rocket, fitted with a cap at either end to make it self-lighting. Your task is confined to that. When you raise your cry of fire, it will be taken up by quite a number of people. You may then walk to the end of the street, and I will rejoin you in 10 minutes. I hope that I have made myself clear, Watson. I am to remain neutral, to get near the window, to watch you at the signal to throw in this object, then to raise and quite a fire, and to wait you in the corner of the street. Precisely. You're wonderful, Watson. Then you may entirely rely on me, Holmes. This is excellent. I think perhaps it is almost time that I prepare for the new role I have to play. He disappeared into his bedroom and returned in few minutes in the character of a amiable and simple-minded nonconformist clergyman. His broad black hat, his baggy trousers, his white tie, his sympathetic smile, and general look of peering and benevolent curiosity were such as Mr. John Herrick alone could have equaled. It was not merely that Holmes changed his costume, his expression, his manner. His very soul seemed to vary with every fresh part that he assumed. The stage lost a fine actor, even as science lost an acute reasoner when he became a specialist in crime. It was 6:15 when we left Baker Street, and it still wanted 10 minutes to the hour when we found ourselves in Serpentine Avenue. It was already dusk, and the lamps were just being lighted as we paced up and down in front of Briony Lodge, waiting for the coming of its occupant. The house was just such as I had pictured it from Sherlock Holmes' succinct description. But the locality appeared to be less private than I expected. On contrary, for a small street in a quiet neighborhood, it was remarkably animated. There was a group of shabbily dressed men smoking and laughing in the corner, a scissors grinder with his wheel, 2 guardsmen who were flirting with a nurse girl, several well-dressed young men who were launching, and town with cigar in their mouths. "You see," Holmes remarked, as we paced to and fro in front of our house, "this marriage rather simplifies matter. The photograph becomes a double-edged weapon now. The chances are that she would be as averse to its being seen by Mr. Godfrey Norton as our client is to its coming to the eyes of his princess. Now the question is, where are we to find the photograph? Now the question is, where are we to find the photograph? Where indeed? Where should we, Holmes? It is most unlikely that she carries it about with her. It is cabinet size, too large for easy concealment about a woman's dress. She knows that the king is capable of having her waylaid and searched. 2 attempts of the sort have already been made. We may take it then that she does not carry it about with her. Where then? I asked. Her banker or her lawyer? There is that double possibility. But I am inclined to think neither. Women are naturally secretive, and they like to do their own secreting. Why should she hand it over to anyone else? She could trust her own guardianship, but she could not tell what indirect or political influence might be brought to bear upon a businessman. Besides, remember that she had resolved to use it within a few days. It must be where she can lay her hands upon it. It must be in her own house, Watson. But it has twice been burned. They did not know how to look. They did not look, Watson. But how will you look? I will not look. What then? What then? I will get her to show me. But she will refuse. She will not be able to. But I hear the rumble of wheels. It is her carriage. Now carry out my orders to the later. As he spoke, the gleam of the sidelights of the carriage came
round the curve of the avenue. It was a smart little lunch which rattled up to the door of Briony Lodge. As it pulled up, one of the loafing men at the corner dashed forward to open the door in the hope of earning a cooper, but was elbowed away by another loafer who had rushed up with the same intention. A fierce quarrel broke out, which was increased by the two guardsmen, who took sides with one of the loungers and by the scissors grinder, who was equally hot upon the other side. A blow was struck, and in an instant the lady who had stepped from the carriage was the center of a little knot of flushed and struggling men, who struck savagely at each other with their fists and sticks. Holmes dashed into the crowd to protect the lady, but just as he reached her, he gave a cry and dropped to the ground, with the blood running freely down from his face. At his fall, the guardsmen took to their heels in one direction and launchers in the other, while a number of better dressed people who had watched a scuffle without taking a part in it crowded in to help the lady and to attend to the injured. "Is the poor gentleman much hurt?" she asked. "He's dead! He's dead! He is dead!" cried several voices. "He's dead!" No, there's life in him. There is life in him. There's life in him. No, there is life in him, shouted another. "But he'll be gone soon before you can get him to hospital. But he'll be gone before you can get him to the hospital." "He's a brave fellow. He is a brave fellow," said a woman. They would have the lady's purse and watch if it hadn't been for him. They were a gang, and a rough one too. He's breathing now. He's breathing. Hey, look, he's breathing. He can't lie in the street. Maybe bring him, Mom. He can't lie in the street. He can't. Maybe bring him in, Ma'am. Maybe bring him in, Ma'am. Surely, bring him in. Bring him into the sitting room. There is a comfortable sofa. This way, please. Slowly and solemnly, he was borne into Briony Lodge and laid out on the principal, while I still observed the proceedings from my post by the window. The lamp had been lit, but the blinds had not been drawn, so that I could see Holmes as he lay upon the couch.
Hi, this was episode 3 of Sherlock Holmes Scattered in Bohemia. Next episode drops coming Sunday. Till then, stay tuned and subscribe to createyouruse.in podcast on Apple, Stitcher and all podcast platforms. Make sure you place a review. Your reviews are really important. And join us on all social media platforms by the name @podcastaudios. Stay tuned, stay safe. Thank you.